personally, I think it's fantastic that Anita chose to come forward. I'd have to recommend that because of the scenario, to make sure that she's ready to press record on her cell phone most any time. Add maybe a cloud cam for a security cam around your house and a dash cam in your car. It just makes your case so much stronger when you then go to the police and show them a piece of evidence to support what it is that you're coming in there claiming. Now, Anita has come out with a couple stories over on Mike's, and people are up in arms and wanting to discredit her as though it's fiction, it's not happening, because it plays really like a Hollywood film in that sense when you try to imagine it through her expressions. Nonetheless, I'm just saying it because, it's important that she has important pieces of evidence. You can't have that double standard. You can't expect the police to take you at your word or make their investigation any more difficult. Listen, it'd be a lot easier to hold against them if you did have some evidence in the form of video, and just upload it to YouTube as a backup and keep it all on a channel that's private to you. That way you know where it is and can share it. Not necessarily with the public, but with the police, especially. No matter what's happening to you in the background, especially when it comes to attempts at intimidation or people coming after you. Now, granted, when you're in the moment and shit pops off, you don't always think for your camera, especially people who don't normally use them otherwise. But you're proficient with your mobile device enough where you should be keeping that in the back of your mind. Make sure you know where you should be able to press a button on your phone and it goes right into your camera. Anyway, because I don't think it's going to be over. Like, people are going out of their way to allegedly harass and try to intimidate this latest call that she got, the online harassment and threats from the people that are involved in this situation. These stories don't take away, or this story doesn't take away from the fact that she is a witness to everything that went on with Malayaia Brooks, who was silent in light of her 2 children missing. Now, I wonder why that would be. Anita responded from my video yesterday where we were talking about Chance's comment about her being a rat. Anita responds, "No, he called my personal phone number. Cindy gave him the number. He sent a friend request around 2 p.m. and calls at 4. That will be evidence for the judge. Cindy's going down too. She's involved. Thinks it's funny, and she didn't realize the RCMP can track calls, trace them, and they have online experts to follow liars, and the judge will see everything." So as I was searching in the background, back in January, the RCMP launched a new offender database available to the public, by the way. New publicly accessible child S offender database went live Thursday. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police announced, calling it the first of its kind in Canada. The high-risk child S offender database, link right there, contains information from across the country about people who have been found guilty of S offenses against children and are deemed to be at risk of reoffending. The database contains... First of all, why are they released in the first place if that's the situation? Does that not seem bizarre to anybody? You don't always know. It's not something that you're going to be able to tell on a form. Oh, please, will you fill out the form? Let us know if what you believe your recidivism rate is going to be. But it's better than nothing in that sense. It's not like the U.S. here in Canada where they have the heat maps. Do you ever see those? Anyway, I wish it was. But this doesn't mean that... I was looking for Cindy's ex, Joey Smith in that sense, or Joe Smith. I was taking a look to see if I could find him. Let me finish reading this. The high-risk child S offender database contains information from across the country who have been found guilty of offenses against children and are deemed to be at risk of reoffending. Well, he shouldn't be out of jail. The database contains information that has previously been made public by a police service or public authority. Huh. Only the offenders deemed as high risk of committing a crime of S nature are included in the database. The RCMP said it relies on provincial, territorial, and municipal police to recommend the individuals. Okay. So, a lot of these guys, don't trust these son of a bitches. What the hell is that? What a joke. So this database is not affiliated with the well-established National SO Registry, a registration system for those convicted of designated S offenses who are court-ordered to report annually to police. The registry is only accessible to law enforcement. I'm totally against that. It should be publicly available. This comment from Snarky Pants AB way back when Jeanie claimed BW, the neighbor, Brad, stole her ATV. The first thing I thought of was that it's probably DM was the one that took it, and since he was not allowed to use it, allegedly, he probably felt like it served her right. In my opinion, plus I figured he was stealing from all of his neighbors just like any math head would. Oh, I have no doubt. If that's really the case, if Jeanie was telling us a little bit of the truth there about why her ATV isn't stored at her place, and she has to keep it in her brother's garage, it'd probably be because of Danny and all his little buddies around there. I'm still fascinated by this 11 p.m. phone call that Wade and Anita say that happened between Malayaia and Cindy on May the 1st. And it brings me back to Bradley Wong and the other neighbors' eyewitness accounts on May the 1st into May the 2nd of witnessing vehicular traffic between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. What went on that night, Danny? What really happened? Whatever it was, Anita believes that nobody was sleeping. Does any of us believe that? I don't think so. She even brought up that she feels Malayaia or Meadow was possibly off being babysat somewhere else that particular night and came back first thing in the morning. Whatever was going on, there was probably rugs involved. And when people are tweaking and elevated and don't want to be interrupted or bothered, they get very sensitive, especially if they've got to go deal with kids who are ruining the mood, ruining their sessions in that sense.
Can't people just, I can't even really wrap my head around. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. I want people to know that my dad's trying to do everything. He ain't a fucking drunk.
We've heard that.
He's a good man.
I thought he was. I think he's telling us what he's hearing, and that's truthful. He's hearing these
from
things
both sides of the family. Like I've met partially most of one part of the family and one part of the other. And listen, I keep to myself. I'm on my own business.
Yeah,
I try to as much as I can until right now, I guess, because I want to protect my father and the people that are going after my father. 3 people. If they know who I'm talking about, I know.
So there's certain people. He even told me that people were making threats towards him and his family. Now, I know nobody in here. I don't allow people in my room to make threats towards people. They'll get kicked slam out. So I know it ain't nobody here threatening them. But he told me the same thing, that, you know, he was having problems. People were threatening him just because he wants to help the kids. And I think that what it is he's repeating a lot of what Daniel has said to him. And people just believe that Daniel is a bad guy. And I think that's the reason that people are coming at your father, is because they believe he's speaking.
The only person putting out death threats is old Jordan here, the guy on the phone with Dolly. Crazy Dolly.
For Daniel.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. You know what? You're damn right there. People, but that's their opinions. That's the thing. And I want just to try to clarify a little bit. Maybe it would ease off a little bit if they could.
Yeah, if you guys could, do you guys mind easing off a little bit? Yeah, just ease off a little bit. What an idiot.
I literally couldn't go to work today because of my nerves and whatnot.
Well,
I
Jordan,
had to call in. I'm an essential worker now.
Well, Jordan had to call in. He couldn't go to work today, but he's an essential worker now. Well, you're not so essential when you're not at work there, son. What work? You don't work. You live with your mom, boy. You strum your banjo with your buddy Danny. Threatening people on the phone with your new girl Daylene all night, boy. Probably playing with Chance Lay's one-eyed trouser trout.
Okay.
I woke up to the RCMP in my yard asking me questions about Lily and Jack in my front yard. Now that
today? They came to your house today?
Today, yep.
Okay.
And I already reported so many videos of YouTube with my dad's face on and all this horse shit, and they're just bashing him and bashing him and bashing him.
Okay.
But Jordan, your daddy is making out with Jeanie right on this screen right now. What do you make of that? Allegedly. Coming from Anita, coming from Malayaia. Derwood was over there all the time. The RCMP are really interested in your truck in particular. Your daddy's truck. The one that's parked in front of Jeanie's shit trailer RV.
You sure can. What are you doing? Put your camera down, bud. Be a man. Be a man.
Tell me, what can I help you?
Are you the one that stole them kids?
Me?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
Are you in here?
Are you?
What are you doing here?
Are you?
You're a idiot. Another one of them YouTubers, are you?
Is there anything wrong that I park my car in here?
You're not parking, you're being an idiot.
For what?
You can YouTube all you want. You low-life little
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You can smile because you got a camera there.
Calm
You're
down.
taking my picture. I don't have to calm down.
Who heard you?
You're the one that...
Who heard you?
You.
Who heard you?
You.
Keep crying. Keep crying, man.
Hate you, YouTubers.
I'm not YouTuber.
Then what are you doing here?
I'm here looking for it. What are you doing?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Pictures of me then?
Because you took a picture of me first.
I live here.
So what? I can't come here to help? What the wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with you?
Walk away, you little.
Hope you all enjoyed that. I know a lot of you have probably seen all these videos, just not together like this, but there will be.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing. but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no.
And then when I woke up, Malayaia was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lily and Jack. So I jumped straight up out of bed. Silence is never a good thing when you have kids, because you know they're getting into something.
And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them. I miss them.
The last few days have been very stressful. I mean,
to finish up this particular video, today was Daniel Martell's appearance in court, and they held it off till I believe May 4th, 2026, because the RCMP came out with new evidence against Daniel in that sense. So court has been adjourned until May the 4th, I believe. So what else is there? Oh. So in regards to, listen, if there was two stories that came out on Mike's Live the other night, and they seem so fantastical to listen to, I have to strongly encourage Anita to get, some sort of video device in that sense, because it's just, when you come here to a place like YouTube, people expect to have video evidence of it, so it's just a fighting battle. These are things that are better left to yourself, perhaps, and told only to the RCMP and referred to. I see a lot of comments about how people feel it was just getting a bit far into storytelling and things like that. For example, how would a woman and their 9-year-old child recognize Anita from this particular case in that sense? It seems hard for some people to believe. Anyway, I'm not even thinking about it in that sense. I'm thinking about whether or not the information that we have or was shared to us is relevant to Jack and Lily in this sense. So, I mean, as long as Anita is who Anita says she is, and she's not a different person from the individual that she's portraying, I'd say, you know, the little information that she brought forward, that she talked to the RCMP or said that she did, is significant, and that's worth focusing on. Now, is she stark raving mad? Is she paranoid? Is she hopped up on Addies or something? I don't know. It's a crazy situation. God bless her for coming forward with the information in that sense. But really, you know, we trust her to be Wade's and Cindy's former friend. There's claims out there saying that when Shannon met up with Anita, that she didn't look anything like her profile picture. That's not even convincing. This is all third-hand information and nonsense. Is it important? Yeah, well, credibility at the end of the day is important. You know, as long as we can trust Anita is who she says she is and base it solely off of it being a former friend of Cindy's and a friend of Wade's at this point in time. You know, like, I mean, that's all you can ask for. People are concerned that we're being lied to. Well, time will tell in that sense. And Anita is right. She shouldn't care if anybody believes her or not. I mean, a story's a story's a story. If you felt the need to share that story with us, thank you. But there's not really any need to try to drive it home and escape the narrative and distract away from the point, even though it's an important point to you coming forward, and that's what you're trying to insinuate. I'm with you. It's a complicated situation. I'm more than willing to hear the information. People are hard to convince in that sense. I mean, really, if Anita is who she says she is, the only important information is what it is she shared in relation to what she knows about Malayaia in the background. And it's her perspective.